Hi, this is Mike DeRosa with DeRosa Mangold Consulting, and welcome to our Sage Mass 90 and Sage Mass 200 user education series. Today we'll take a look at how you can electronically send forms in Mass 90 and Mass 200 version 4.3. In version 4.3, Sage added a new Paperless Office module. With that module, we can now email, fax, and store PDFs for standard system reports, Business Insights Reporter reports, journals and registers, period-end processing reports, and most system forms. Those forms include payroll direct deposit stubs, purchase orders, sales order invoices, customer return merchandise authorizations, return merchandise authorizations for vendor returns, accounts receivable invoices, and job cost invoices. As you'll remember, in Level 4.1, we gained the ability to email customer statements. We also gained a new document storage viewer. This automatically saves and stores the PDFs created and organizes them for later viewing. You can also go back in later and electronically deliver them again. You get an option as you set this up in each area whether or not you'd like to just keep the last copy. Therefore, if it's a journal or register and you're redoing a batch, or it's an invoice and you've printed it and you've made some changes and reprinted it, you have the option to keep each copy or only keep the last copy. Our goals for today are to guide you through the user experience of delivering an electronic form and not necessarily go through all the technical setup. We'll do that in a separate session. In today's example, what we'd like to do is go over a sales order and deliver that as a sales order confirmation. We will go over some setup actions that a user might use to control that experience. And hopefully the examples we cover today you can use to cover other forms in the system. Now we'd like to move over into our Mass 90 installation for a demonstration. Okay, I have a sales order up that we've previously entered. In this example, ABC Distribution Company is the supplier, and the customer is DeRosa Mangold Consulting. Now, as you may know, when you start into sales order entry, if you have something filled in for the customer's email address in the customer master file, that email address is going to default over into the sales order header. If it doesn't, you can simply type it in, or if you'd like to redirect this to another person, you can change the email here. But this is going to be, if nothing else is set up, this field right here is going to be the primary driver of who would get an email from this. But as you can see, when we go into it, you can actually direct it to multiple parties. But we've completed our order. We've put in the lines, the totals, and now we're ready to send this customer a copy of this order. All we simply do is click on Quick Print. When I go to Quick Print, I'm getting my standard form code information, but I get a new field in my printing box that is my Paperless Office output. I can drop that down, and if you notice, I've got multiple options here. I can electronically deliver this, just electronically deliver it, or I can print it to paper or print it to a PDF, or a number of combinations in between. If the descriptions are a little confusing, don't worry. In the bottom right hand corner there's a help button. Now let's go ahead and click on that and go to About This window. And at the bottom of that you'll see a field help, and if you go to Paperless Office Output, there's a nice little grid that will actually describe the actions that'll happen when you select each one of those printing options. But here we're going to, for the purposes of this example, we're going to select Electronic Deliver Only. Now when I select Electronic Delivery, I do get another little icon here. And by the way, if I picked any option that included an electronic delivery, that box would appear. When I click on that box, that's my Electronic Delivery for Forms selection window. And again, I'm defaulting off the customer master file. Inside the customer master file, we have designated this customer to get an email but not a fax when we do electronic delivery of forms. By the way, you can do both. And just to add, I could have done this as a batch of sales orders and not individual orders, and it would have handled each email according to the setup in the customer master file. So just some good things to know. Under the Use Email Message button, I do have that checked. What that is for this particular form, I've established a system email that can be used. What the system email does, and I can actually specify one for each form, so a system email message for a sales order form versus a system email message for a sales order invoice versus an email message for a purchase order. So each form you can set up its own default message. The from email address is also set up by form as well. And then if you'll notice, the subject line is blank. The subject line is blank because I'm using the email message defined by the system. If I uncheck that box, I now get access to this field and I can type in what I would like. But for this example, we're going to go ahead and use the system email message. Now you do have test email and test fax boxes here if you're having trouble connecting to your email server or trouble connecting to the fax. But for now, we're going to assume everything's working okay, and we're going to go ahead and send this. So I'm just going to simply click OK. And now I can go ahead and print. The printer selected doesn't really matter in this case because I am not actually taking anything to paper. So I'm going to go ahead and click on print. And now it's actually contacting my email server. And if you'll notice, it has sent out 3 emails. And we'll see that a little bit later. I'm going to bring up the customer master file, but the reason 3 emails have been sent is I have actually defined 3 parties to get this email. So we'll go ahead and say OK to that, and now I'm back in sales order entry ready to take another order. So just to quickly recap to see how quickly that transpired, you're in an order, you click Quick Print, you select Electronic Delivery, you click Print, and it's done. Now let's close sales order entry, and let's take a look at what that email message would look like. I'm going to bring up my Outlook inbox, and here's an email that I did earlier today. Same message though. It's from sales@abcdistribution.com, which is our selling company, and it was sent to me, and the subject matter says ABC Distribution Order. If I double click on my email message, I will get to see that standard message. Notice it's from sales@abcdistribution.com, but it was sent to 3 people in my organization. It was sent to Aaron, myself, and Dorisa. Again, something we've set up in customer maintenance, and I'll show you where that is. Subject matter, ABC Distribution Order. The message, this was all generated off data inside the sales order. Dear customer name, thank you for your order. Attached is your order number here, dated, order date here. We will notify you when this order ships. Please let us know if you have any questions or need anything. And then attached to my email is a PDF. Now this PDF not only exists in this email, but it also exists in my PDF document viewer. That's inside Paperless Office. So I could actually go recreate it from there as well. Particularly if the order changed over time, I might want to go back and take a look at this. So that's my email that has gone out to the customers.